Duh. No shit.
What are you doing, bro?
As things were popping off with the brick lady, when everybody was doubling down, no one was a lot better at doubling down than this brother here by the name of Consciously.
Consciously, when are you gonna apologize because that little heifer was scamming? I told you she was scamming, she was lying. When you gonna apologize? The apology better be as loud as the support for her too. Still talking about this woman? So posting a police report of the actual incident, that's not enough. You see what I'm saying? Posting the incident from the hospital, that's not enough. You can pause to read it. Then y'all really acting like investigative journalists that graduated from Fox News University? Where
TikTok. Oh yeah, this dude was flipping the goalposts, moving the goalposts. He was pulling straws or whataboutism.
And before we even get into what the article proves and disproves, let's state the obvious. A lot of y'all don't have as much hope and legitimacy into the system or the legal process until it's about disproving support of a black woman. Then all of a sudden, y'all become legal advocates because just a couple of days ago, y'all was all about Martin Luther Majors being a victim of the system because his victim lied about the details and
this and that and so on and so forth. And like very intellectually dishonest. Up until today, I actually saw this freaking apology that he's doing and stuff like that. Check it out.
I want to apologize for being defensive and not being brutally honest and acknowledging two things from the jump. Yes, Ro lied about how she was hit and what happened when she was hit, but she was in fact hit. At this point, I can acknowledge, however, it's way bigger than Ro and that this particular issue is being used to drive division and conflict in the black community, especially amongst men and women. And that's why I'm taking responsibility for. I apologize for how my initial egotistical response contributed into this proxy gender war that's going on, that's literally hurting the camaraderie and unity in our community amongst black men and black women. That is not the goal or the purpose, and I apologize for that. Peep game. I was linking to what I can't stand when content creators do. When you experience backlash against your audience, you can't act like everybody in the audience are ops because in fact, this your audience. And you can't act like the backlash is just merely illegitimate. You got to have some integrity and be reflective about what's going on right now.
You gotta have some integrity and be reflective about what's going on.
Yeah, bitch ass, fuck your ass. Uh-oh.
See? Are we live on
I'm sorry.
You know, and I'm sorry, y'all, that it took me a couple of days to really get off my defensive bucket to really think about what's happening. Not only did I let a lot of y'all down, I let myself down as well. I make content to elevate our community, not diminish our community. I make content to edify our community, not reduce our community. And I acknowledge that the last video I've made, specifically when it comes to Ro being in charge, was doing the opposite of what I want. Moving forward, I'll be less reactionary when it comes to hearing stories on social media and more mission-driven with how I respond.
I do find it interesting as well as very, very skeptical of his apology. And yes, granted, it's like, people will jump in the comment section and stuff like that. But yeah, he's taking accountability. He's doing this, he's doing that.
Bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
No, that's not what the hell he's doing. All he's doing is testing the water to realize that his audience is starting to shift. Because ever since the brick lady got into a tussle with two black women,
actually attacked physically. As you can see, I have a welt right here. And a little welt right here. Don't worry, those bitches cannot fight. But two black women in their 40s decided to attack me as I was leaving the establishment.
and most of his audience happen to also be black women. So then therefore now the audience's tune decided to start to change towards the brick lady. And then he's like, all right, I see where the wind is blowing, so let me change my tune as well. And then he just go on here and Beyonce's internet to let you know that I apologize. I changed my mind because some of you bitches that's paying my I came to the conclusion that
Are we the baddies?
I was wrong, and I need to be more conscious about my decision of going forward in the future. No, you're not. You're going to where your bread and butter lies. And there happen to be whatever the black, the sponsors tell you what's right and what's wrong. That's what you're gonna go for. And you're smart enough to make it very intellectually, dishonestly, what's the word, believable to, so then therefore people can continue to buy your bullshit that comes with. Because you're talking about division. But let's face it, you didn't care about none of that stuff when the division was rife.
A lot of y'all don't have as much hope and legitimacy into the system or the legal process until it's about disproving support of a black woman. Then
You weren't the one that actually like had a cool head, be like, hold on, wait a minute. I understand, I believe the original story, but y'all women cannot come up here and call him black man body bag, bullet bag, because, these brothers didn't just jump into the defense of this damsel in distress. But no, that's not what you did. You actually make it very poignant to continue to put down a group of men that had nothing to do with the original conflict of this broad probably running her mouth.
black woman gets hit with a brick while men are present and nobody does a thing. She makes a video showing the men, asking them why they ain't do nothing, and they pretty much say she was a troublemaker. As a matter of fact, I've seen the videos of the gentleman that was there, and they said that, hey, this is the woman that's going around smacking white people in the streets, that's just that and the other. Obviously, he saw that video of this woman smacking this guy in the streets after he didn't do anything. Yeah, this video right here, I've seen it 3 times, 4 times. This is obviously not the guy that was asking for the number. This video is obviously staged and they obviously know each other. We even saw the video of her using the term cisgender, because using the term cisgender means you ain't around with other black women and you deserve to be hit with a brick, obviously. I've seen this video too that's circulating on Twitter, because obviously her saying happy pride to black women and saying that black women are protectors obviously deserve her getting hit with a brick too. Nobody doing anything, not even coming to ask her, is she okay? Just standing around. Hey, bro, you ain't got nothing to do with me. Like the dude in this video right here. This guy saw that a woman was hit in the head with a brick for not giving a number to a guy when searching for evidence to try to justify the heinous act, and all y'all could do is come up with is a skit or a video about her talking about happy pride and using the word cisgender. Y'all know the little jokes we'll be like, haha, white person, that's why you can't cook. And they'll be like, haha, you picking any, that's the reason why you ain't got no mama and no daddy. That's the reason why you on drugs. You see how that escalated? Y'all are literally trying to compare, I'm talking about non-violent, victimless acts to being hit with a brick.
And then hating another individual, and the individual smack her ass back, and then all of a sudden she run onto Beyonce's internet to
what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick?
gain sympathy from black women and then create and put fuel in this whole gender war. No, you change your mind when the winds start to blow the other way, which is why I believe you still full of shit. However, the thing is, people can see through it.
This is not an apology. He literally said, I want to apologize for being defensive and being brutally honest. This is not an apology. This is not taking accountability. This is like somebody calling you everything other than a child of God, and then when they come apologize, they talking about, man, I'm sorry for being brutally honest. You know what I'm saying? If I might have hurt your feelings, I was just being honest. The fuck? But I get why the chicks accept this type of apology, because this is literally what a lot of women do. This is how a lot of women apologize. And then he deflected and distracted y'all with a big paragraph full of words that he misused but used wrong. Like, come on, bruh. He sound like a discount version of T.I. in this video.
People who actually has common sense will actually go surpass all the rhetoric that you're spewing and stuff.
It took you how many days to make an apology video? Like, this is what I find kind of crazy, right? When all of that was happening for those months, you saw the amount of women who were being bullied and talked down to just for having a difference in opinion. And then you saw the amount of people who were called bullet bags, right? At no point did you stop that. At no point did you stand up and say anything. But for some reason, after all of these months and after all these days of everything going on with Roe, you just somehow feel, oh, you're going to apologize now. But it's really only because, you in the hot seat. You see the backlash you was getting, and you're only now choosing to say something. So is it really genuine? Because once again, for months, you had women and you had men being called out their name, talked down to, bullied. If I'm correct, the young men that were there that night, that weren't even a part of that situation, were scared for their lives because they were being painted as worthless. And at no point did you step out and speak up and try to stop any of it. No. You poured gasoline on it. So at the end of the day, let's really think about it. you're not really sorry and you don't really care. Because if you weren't getting the backlash that you're getting right now, you would have never made an apology. I mean, look how long it took you to say something. People been blowing your videos up for I don't know how many days, and you're just now saying something. You didn't care. And in reality, you don't have to care. You're gonna be okay. They'll find something else to be mad at, like what, in a month or two? But ultimately, you're not sorry and you don't care. And you know how I know you don't care? Because if anybody was watching your stories, you had some questionable things being said. Again, you're only apologizing because of the backlash that you're getting.
Like that. And of course, some of your audience that been willing to change their mind for a while now, but couldn't because their ego have gotten in the way, and you kind of become that voice for them. And then that's when they'll come to your comments and they'll be like, you know what? I appreciate it, brother, for actually holding yourself accountable. No, you're not. You're not holding yourself accountable. You're not doing none of that stuff. But what do I know? I'm not as conscious as you are. So, for those of you, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So share, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This particular issue is being used to drive division and conflict in the black community.
I can't accept your apology. For good reason. You say you're taking responsibility, but then you say this issue is being used to create division in the black community. Being used by whom? Who is they? Come on now. You didn't take responsibility for that. And you said it took you a couple days to realize that the most important part of this story is that she was hit. Not how she was hit, not how the way she was hit differed from the way she said she was hit, but that she was hit. Well, sometimes we don't have a couple days. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of giving you some time to think about it, to say one thing and then come back and do another. She was hit. It took you a couple days to realize the most important thing was that she was hit. Maybe take more responsibility. Try again.